shit almost caught everything on fire. Fucking sage. Yeah, almost caught everything on fire. Alright, let's get our letters. More. Alright, so damn fucking Facebook, you annoying with this damn pop-up shit. So the letters I have here is R as in Robert, O as in oval, Y as in yellow, S as in Sean, B as in Brittany, W as in Will, L as in love, A as in apple, V as in Victor, G as in ground. Grand Rising. How you feeling today? So those are interesting letters. Kind of got me for a second because two initials that came out together are my deceased baby father's initials. Literally, the whole town knew him as SB. So, let's see what comes out. We got quite a few cards. About 7 decks. I love my favorite way to dry my hands. Alright. These cards wanted to come out, so we're going to pull these cards out. It's been a minute, maybe about a week. Sick of some shit, but great otherwise. Aww. How about you, sis? I am good, love. I'm good. Grand Rising, beautiful. Give us that message. Hey, Fatima Goddess, how you doing? Kay. Kay, listen. I get it. I certainly get it. Oh, Fatima, I love the way that you and your daughter, what is it called? Upcycle? Y'all went and upcycled some furniture and painted it pink, and I'm not a pink fan. I'm certainly not a pink fan at all, but I do have my shades of pink that I like, in certain pink that looks right on certain things to me, you know? And so I think that was such a beautiful idea to be able to do that with your child. Weed don't taste good when you gotta chew it. That shit horrible. Glad somebody understands. Oh no, I definitely understand. You know I understand. My Venus is in Gemini. My 10th house is Gemini. So I certainly get it. I certainly get it. Wow, I didn't expect so much to come out. But I get it. I get this. I see why this is coming out like this. This is really good. A lot of you may not understand until I break it down. Yeah, we already know. Yesterday I got sleep and it was like weird because I felt like I literally my body was there, laying there, and I was gone. I don't even know where the fuck I was at. I don't know what I was doing. It just happened so quick. Like, I don't know, maybe the blunt helped me sleep better. But I promise you, I was done. I was like, yo, woke up, I said, damn, it's already 6 something? Damn. Weed tea, sis. Could use some in a blunt now. Listen, I get it. I wish I could help you. I wish I could be there with you. And that's why I got to get to a point where I'm traveling again. And it's not just a, event. I want to be able to go to each city and state and stay there at least a week so I can reach my clients. Everybody think this is just about doing readings for me. It's certainly not just about doing readings. Alright, so clearly Divine Masculine woke my ass up again. Okay, anything else out this deck before we get out of here with this deck? Because we got quite a few cards. Altar view. Top. Bottom. Alright. Hey, Mika baby. Grand Rising, sis. Thank you for the stars. So, clearly, Divine Masculine is literally getting on track, or they're being pushed to get themselves together. I'm sorry, I have to have all instrumentals because if not, they're gonna shut my fucking live down. But, excuse me, my bad. I just realized that was the bottom, this was the top. So, the twin flame journey works like you end up meeting your divine masculine and you just vibe. Y'all have this uncanny, familiar type energy with each other. Y'all might finish each other's sentences. Everything just might gel really well with y'all in the beginning. It starts off very hot like fire. Okay? But, no, I wasn't trying to do Cardi B. If y'all my age, y'all already know where that came from. Beautiful Aaliyah, Timberland Magoo. Okay? So, you meet in wherever there's a challenge, and this is challenge where they have to do shadow work. Divine Masculine usually runs. So the relationship work as Divine Masculine being a runner, Divine Feminine being a chaser, Divine Masculine having to learn heavy lessons from running, Divine Feminine having to learn the lesson of stop chasing. Right? I get it. It's a difficult journey because you're like, but I love this motherfucker. I went through so much shit in the beginning of my twin flame journey. See, when I started doing the twin flame journey readings, I had literally started my own twin flame journey. So it wasn't that I had the experience on the twin flame journey. I was experiencing as I was expressing or explaining and teaching, more so based off of what Spirit was telling me, and what Spirit would tell me, I end up having to learn and go through and experience myself in order to teach, because this isn't just about doing readings for me. To me, it's about teaching, and teaching in a way where it's effective based off of, okay, you know what? She went through it. I seen her go through it, or she told me about this. I remember her talking about this. And to me personally, as a tangible learning, I have to be able to receive something from them. And the only way to receive something from them is 9 times out of 10 if they've already experienced it. Because how could you teach me how to be like something if you yourself never been like that? So divine masculine, divine feminine are one flame. They're one soul that is split into two different physical forms, two different physical bodies. Now everybody is not on the same phase of the twin flame journey. I used to do explaining of this as well, but then I realized people weren't listening. People, they just wanted to quit shit. So I said, let them go to TikTok, let them go to the other motherfuckers. You have to understand yourself in order, and I mean fully. This isn't just, oh, I know who I am, I don't like this, or I do this, and I dress this way, and I have these type of standards. And no, it's not just that. It's also being able to look at yourself in the mirror, meaning identifying and highlighting things that need to be changed about yourself, being okay with that, but not just being okay. Do not get complacent with that, right? Don't get too comfortable. Leather's so soft, but don't get too comfortable. Alright? So take the initiative to correct thyself. And when you do, that's what brings these twin flame journeys in. And with the twin flame journey, you will look at your divine masculine and recognize where you have healed and where you need to continue to heal at. Why? Because the divine masculine is only a part of ourselves. So there's a fraction of you, a part of you that you still haven't focused on healing. Now, whether this is, still not putting yourself first, still not having, a certain amount of dignity, respect, discipline, and structure for thyself, that will exuberate very strongly in your divine masculine. And a lot of people don't get it because, when the divine masculine runs, you run from looking at yourself as well. You just still focus on looking at all their wrongs. I'm going to get into it because these cards is really resonating a lot with this divine masculine, divine feminine read. Twin flames certainly came out. What's crowning your read currently is this magical mindset. Everything is divine. Know that you are the creator of your reality. Co-manifest with the universe. And how do you do that? By envisioning what you truly desire, what you want to manifest into your future, what you want to bring into your reality at that moment. You literally have to envision it. You have to walk in the energy of having it, having gratitude for it, but as well have unwavering faith, as well as giving gratitude for things that's already been given to you, such as life, waking up daily, being able to go to sleep. Before I go to sleep, I think for the day. When I wake up, I think for the day. I pray, I give praise for, my children being safe that day, for my children waking up that day, for my children receiving what they needed that day, for me being able to have the things that I have. Because one of the worst things, regardless of what I don't have, having a home is so important. And when you don't have, like when you're out here in relationships and you're homeless, and I say this because you can have something from your woman or your man, but the moment that stops, what do you initially have? And I feel like this is a strong point when it comes to the divine masculine, divine feminine journey. What do you have? And are you not complacent, but are you content with what you have prior to entering this connection? Because when they run, you should be comfortable with sitting still and not chasing. Grand rising, y'all. Trying to get into this. I'm sorry. I'll read all the messages. Don't worry. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the magical mindset. The magical mindset, we already know. We can't have negative thoughts. We can't have that, but what if? Or, I know it ain't going to happen because this motherfucker, come on. That's one of the reasons why I learned and realized who I was dealing with may have been a underdeveloped divine masculine as well. I don't necessarily want to say he's a full karmic because I see a lot of the things that a lot of his mature ways, right? But I seen the emotional damage. I was like, no. And then being a Cancer, I was like, oh, hell fuck no. Oh, no. This is suicide. A Cancer absorbs. all emotions from everybody. You might not even realize that shit. You might have went on about your day, and then later on that day you're wondering why you're feeling so goddamn sad. Oh my gosh, I damn near feel, suicidal. Because you done dealt with Tamika, Shantae, Walisha, Ajanique, Stephanie, Danielle, or David, Jason, Jay, Neil, Frank, Kevin, right? All these energies, and not realizing that a lot of people wear facades out into the real world. They cover up what they're truly experiencing. And Cancer's being the first. Why wouldn't we feel everything when we are the womb? We rule the womb. Why wouldn't we see everything when we rule over the eyes? Okay? Every soul is birthed through the Cancer's constellation, right? Meaning the womb. So we are the natural mothers. We are the natural psychics. We are the natural individuals that give unconditional love. So we feel all the changes, all the things that somebody may feel. But then everybody has Cancer in their chart as well. Everybody has Scorpio in their chart. Everybody has Pisces in their chart. The most psychic signs of all the zodiac, right? That deals with emotions and feelings, as well as power, because Scorpio deals with power and impulsive energy and aggression or speed and action. Alright? So this is super important to know your energy. It's important to be able to recognize what you're feeling, how you're feeling before connecting with anybody. Because when you disconnect, you still have to keep it together. 100. So divine masculine, divine feminine, this is the fucking lesson. When we disconnect from each other, well, divine feminine, when you disconnect from the divine masculine, and they run for which reason they run for, okay? Because at that initial time, it's not your business. Because they said, do not chase. Focus on what? Focus on you, divine feminine. This is, hey, did you learn the lessons I taught you? Are you able to bounce back? Are you going to be resilient in this? I know it may hurt a little bit, but I promise you it'll come back. As long as you do what's initially right for you, so they gain the power to do what's right for them, whether you realize it or not, because you are the same flame. Same flame. That's why no matter what, I always try to encourage my divine masculine, no matter how angry he made me, no matter how much he hurt me, no matter how much he might not quite understand, even though he understands quite a bit. Quite a bit. But on a soul level and on an ego level, he's not balanced. Meaning his divine masculine and his divine feminine, the sun and the moon within himself, is not balanced. Such most divine masculines, right? You know the magical mindset, but you use your magical mindset for others. You have to start training yourself and start using your magical mindset for yourself. Divine feminine, all divine feminines know how to utilize the magical mindset. This is how we know how to manifest things. This is how we know how to heal. This is how we know how to aid and assist and love and nurture the way we do. Break it down. Step aside. You might have to step away from social media. You may have to turn off your phone for a few hours. Literally just turn it off, because you know iPhones, these motherfuckers, they want to bounce back on their own and shit. Don't put the shit on the charger. Just leave it the fuck off. But you might have to disconnect from people, places, and things and really get back in tune with your energy. I love it. I love it. When I'm naturally in my energy, Virgo rising, I have music on, dancing in my house, moving around, feeling so free, embracing the moment. When I have too much going on in relationships or with other people, when I mean relationships with not just spouses, but society, other people, when other people constantly pulling at my energy, I know it look like I don't do shit all day. Half the time I really do the bare minimum daily. But I have a lot of motherfuckers that's texting me, calling me. I have a lot of things I'm managing because I have 4 teenagers. It's a lot. So Most divine feminines have to learn how to take time out truly for themselves, not just do the. Uh, a lot of people are doing this thing where they're using TikTok, using other people to coach them. I strictly believe in freestyle soul connection, like your freestyle. I don't believe in following everybody when it comes to tuning into your divine essence, because everybody doesn't have the same way of connecting. So I strongly urge people to learn how to recognize where they've already connected to divine prior to needing to be coached. You get what I mean? How did you, there's moments where you just felt at complete utter peace after a storm or during a storm, and you wonder how you did that. Recall. Okay, I know I had such and such tell me this. I know I had such and such do this for me. I know this would happen, but initially, it was me. It was within me. I found the courage to disconnect. I found the courage to take the action. So now, when you develop that power and utilize it, this is actually assisting and aiding in your soul connection. You have a soul person, that your soul partner. I'll say that because we have soul connections, but your soul partner, whom you contracted to, kind of work with healing. And somebody tried to tell me, oh, you're not supposed to focus on healing your divine masculine. No, it's not about healing your divine masculine. You heal thyself, therefore it reflects into your divine masculine. You ain't get that though. But see, I didn't want to say nothing because she's older and she just got out of her church phase not too long ago, about a couple years ago. I broke out the church phase when I was like 7. I was getting kicked out of church left and right. I was just like, yo, this ain't it. This ain't it. Looking at my people and how we in Baptist church. Church, Antiochs, church, any kind of fucking church. And we looking at slaves, our people that look like us, our people that, is the first image that I've ever seen in any type of book, poster, something of colored people being enslaved. They're in chains. They got cuts and wounds all over them, and they're naked, and they look so scared and frightened and angry. And what? Fuck you. You dead ass wrong for that. I've never believed in that shit again. You got me fucked up. And then I realized, once you start learning as the divine feminine, there's so many. Listen, divine feminine, you are not the most liked. Divine feminine, you are the rebel. You learn, you learn to infiltrate, to reverse, to eradicate what is no longer serving, right? And serving of what? Your higher self, the higher frequencies that need to be there. Nobody said it was going to be easy. You're usually the black sheep of the family. Why? Because you have this connection, this intuition. Listen, y'all better pay attention. I'm telling you. I stopped because I gave up. I didn't want to deal with the twin flame journey. I didn't think I could balance the twin flame journey, dealing with it and recognizing it, acknowledging it, and dealing with y'all, dealing with my viewers. So it's very important to find a balance, because no matter what, it's going to affect you. No matter what. So all I do is I send healing. I don't send money no more. I send like $2. That's what you asked for. I send that. But I'm not, I used to be there. Are you okay? Do you need anything? Well, you need to stop doing this. Listen, I had this vision. Listen, I did your a pull to spread for you. Listen. And a motherfucker got used to that shit. So when he went on and got into some fucked up circumstances and these fucked up situations that these divine masculines will get into because of karmic lovers, right? Karmic lovers that's there to teach them a lesson. When they run back finally after we stop being a chaser, we cannot run with them. We can't run with them because they're still in the phase of running. They're running to you to heal them from what has transpired when initially they got the power to sit, recognize, and heal themselves. I love you, baby. Have a good day at work.
We'll see.
We'll see.
So, go. But, tomorrow Sunday.
Yes, sir. My son. So, starting off the magical mindset, it's time to invest. I love the way these fucking cards came out because invest. See if they're the one. Spend time together, make effort, getting to know them. Emotional investment. Listen. And if you don't know, if y'all didn't hear the letters are ROYSBWLAVNG. These letters can be your initials, your person's initials, okay? These can be your middle name initials, your nickname, your street name, your game handle, okay? Stripper name, I don't give a fuck. These could be the initial dog tags on your motherfucking dog, I don't know. But if they're drawing out to you, it's for you for a reason. They want you to focus on manifesting, right? A partner. And if this is your divine partner that you're currently with, meaning, oh, I'm with my twin flame now, then you need to invest in, you need to manifest, have a magical mindset over what you invest into. So if this is work, have a magical mindset. Like, you know what? The job that I desire desires me. Matter of fact, the job that I want is coming to get me, or it's here now. I'm going to have an endless flow of finances. I'm not going to have struggles today. I'm going to have a great day. You have to speak positivity over everything that you invest into. Whether this is a relationship, whether this is a job, whether this is a hobby, whether this is a friendship, okay? Whatever it is, you got to learn to have this magical mindset over this because you have thinking. Paradise, the snake, the dragon, camera, what's going on here? Divine masculine may be thinking now based off of what he's invested into, or she, her pronouns. So, paradise, it's like this is what they desire right now. They want paradise. And I feel like they see you in a sense, in a form of paradise, okay? They see you in a form of paradise, divine feminine. They see you create a form of paradise wherever you go, whatever you go through. You know how to go from Oya, I fuck it all up, to Yamaya, to calmer seas, the nurturing seas in the oceans, right? To Oshun. And see, things about this is people think Oshun was just very overtly loving and has so much sweetness to offer, but they don't realize she will become the dark side of the moon. Meaning she'll take all this shit back. Huh? Keep playing with her. Keep playing with her. Y'all better do some research. Don't just Oshun ass will go sit on the motherfucking moon. They think that's why you think cancers is so sensitive. They're crybabies. We're just over nurturing. And when we feel used up, what we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Take all that shit back? You can't get it. You can't get an ounce of it. And you sitting there looking all dried up, shriveling up. I need you. Okay? Utilize that Cancer energy wherever the fuck it's at in your chart. If you are a Gemini, Cancer is in your second house. This is what you value, okay? It may be a moon. This is how you are emotionally. It may be a rising sign, meaning you're quickly able to filter out energy and feel others easily. Utilize it. Divine Feminine, this is Cancer energy as well. The Queen of Cups. Pisces energy, compassion. Scorpio energy, intense and passion. But also sharp-minded. Y'all gotta understand this is completely different, man. This is not a regular journey. Y'all might be looking at everybody else like, why they shit going? Because they're okay with the karmic shit that they're going through. Motherfuckers is okay with the toxic ways that they learned and grew accustomed to living. They're okay with that because it keeps them at a certain level in life. In some divine masculines, which is the ego, they have to disconnect from that. They have to go through the lessons of thinking that that's where they should be, and it's okay. Long as I got my Jordans, I'm fly as hell. But every other day you got some bullshit going on. You constantly got to get bailed out of jail. You constantly switching lovers. You constantly not able to build and have an actual home of your own. You only shine with somebody else where they make it easier for you because they're paying the bills. They take it care of. They got the house. They got the motherfucking car. I'm just keeping it 100. This divine masculine has been doing a lot of thinking. They don't need to make reactive or impulsive decisions right now. They need to sit and consider all perspectives. They want what the divine feminine is exuberating, this happiness and expansion and joy, right? Playfulness, being one with self and enjoying, possibly they may see you enjoying life with another person. Not being funny, but you do have this hater, the karmic, competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. Now this could be the other man, whatever your pronouns are. Again, I hate having to reiterate that, but people be like, well, what if it's a guy? Or what if it's, give a fuck if it's an alien. If it's an alien, okay? Grand rising, grand rising. We have the dragonfly. Be lighthearted. Finding out things coming to light. Adapt, change, and heal. So some divine masculines are going to be revealing some things to you. They may have small conversations or hint at this and hint at that, but it's for them to adapt, change, and heal. It's not for you. Because you're already in your glory of doing what's necessary, doing the adapt and see, because when certain shit happens, divine feminine, we initially have no choice but to take action because we chose to be the divine feminine. Divine feminine came down first. We came down to take action. We're the initiator, and it's kind of like we're the leader and the divine masculine is the follower, but can't follow if our light isn't bright enough, meaning we have to be focused, centered, in alignment with our inner being to be on the right path. Fuck what they're doing, because if we chase them, we no longer focus on our journey. It's all on them. And then everything starts falling apart in our life. And we're like, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why haven't this? Okay? And it's because we took the focus off ourselves and we put on a divine masculine. Now, every guy or female you meet is not going to be a divine feminine or divine masculine. Pay attention. There's a lot of moths. Okay? Not all butterflies. It's not all what it looks like. It's not what they say. Everything that glitter ain't gold. We have camera. Divine masculine is playing back memories, thinking back to when they had good moments with you. Okay? Reminiscent, keepsake perception. Learn from the past, make memories. And this is about these fucked up circumstances that has transpired between you and your divine masculine. Okay? So I feel like this is when there is other people involved. Other people such as, the karmic doesn't always have to be a lover. The karmic could be a friend. The karmic could be a cousin. The karmic could be a sister. The karmic could be a motherfucking mother. Their mother. or a baby mother, baby daddy, their father, their grandparents, okay, their aunties, their uncles, nephews, nieces, their own goddamn children. Karmics come in every fucking form, just such as divine feminine, divine masculines. Recognize it, learn to recognize it. So when it comes to this camera, like I said, I believe your divine masculine is reminiscent on when there was great days, and then why did y'all, this is how it's going. There was great days, and why did we break up? Okay? Why did our connection, end? And that's why they're saying perception, learn from the past. Learn from the past. Be okay with your faults. Both of you. This is where we're saying the mirroring energy. When you both are able to look in the mirror and look at your own flaws and recognize where you need to make improvements. And be okay with that. But not be complacent with it. But be proactive about it. And make memories. This is certainly divine masculine with the runner. Runner in a codependent relationship. Fear of intimacy, listening to ego. They realize this. This is very interesting. A lot of divine masculines are realizing maybe when you stepped away, got separated, they went towards a karmic, and maybe you went towards a karmic or a high class soulmate, because there's a lot of people that did decide to get with a high class soulmate. Finger pointing. Our partners reflect our wounds. Relationships mirror what we are. Finger pointing, it's time to take responsibility. Alright? So, divine masculine is really recognizing that it's so interesting, because I feel like some of them are recognizing where they created the monster within you. I see why they got cold. I see why. Or even not just a monster, just, where somebody's like, damn, you got a little weaker. And I'm not trying to say that you're a weak motherfucker, but damn, I see the damage I've done type of energy, okay? This is how some divine masculines are really looking at it. Mall crawl, on the hunt, retail therapy, meeting at the mall, pleasantly surprised, a happy finding. So, you may be going out. They may be thinking about going to buy themselves something, doing something good for themselves. I also see some either taking you out to buy some new items, or wanting to do so. They just showed me the image of two, and kind of like surprising you in a certain store, or with gifts in the room. So some of them will be purchasing some things for you, or truly desiring to do that. We have what a catch. Yeah, because they feel like you're an ideal partner or mate. Abundant, self-esteem, value. The answer is yes. Marriage material. They definitely see you as wifey or husband material. They just themselves realize what they've gone through, realize what you've gone through, and what needs to be worked on. Because core values came out right before Twin Flames. So core values indicate it's time to seek partners whose core values align with your own. Meet your tribe at places of interest to you. So a lot of divine masculines and divine feminines journeyed away from each other into karmic circumstances. And karmic circumstances could be something as little as I dated like 4 different people, but it just wasn't it. It was just always some drama. It was always something that I had to walk away from. And in the midst of that, I've always questioned what such and such was going through. Or I always felt them, or they always tried to reach out or something, right? So for some divine masculines, it was about lust and their attraction to an image. For divine feminines, the lesson was about lust as well, and their attraction to trauma bonding. Yep, It stings. So now y'all both are realizing that no matter how fine somebody is, no matter how good the sex is, no matter how stable financially we may be, if we both are on the same page about loyalty, respect, okay, the love, um, managing children, money, household priorities. Another thing, I hate it. I don't mind cleaning after people to a certain degree, but when you just don't pick up nothing that you use, and I mean this is exactly how he was, didn't pick up nothing that you use, it irks my soul. The Virgo rising in me is like, I quit, okay? I'm not doing this. So there has to be an understanding about your core values. And to me, that's a moral and value right there. Like, I'm not your fucking slave. I will wash your clothes. I will fold your clothes. I will do that. But I'm not going to sit here and, no, you grooming yourself, not sweeping up your toenails, your fingernails. I'm not picking up motherfucking garbage from shit that you just ate. Like, come on. I have children for that. Like, we got an adult somewhere. Twin flames, yin and yang, zen balance, union duality. This is coupling, complement each other. After you realize the experiences of the lack of core values between you and another. Hello, Grand Rising, y'all. So we have altered view. This person was seeing things differently than they are. There was past conditioning influencing situation and reevaluate. So this is why it was a difficulty coming together, because at some point your divine masculine still had issues with past conditioning. On the bottom of the deck is abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Excuse me. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Gratitude and bliss. We end with abundance, and they're telling you the key to have this abundance, where we started at, having a magical mindset, alright? So let's go over here and get, I want to get messages for those of you that are in separation, those of you that are in contact, and those of you that are in union. I think that's very important. Very, 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 very important. Alright, for those that are not who's there, spirit, come through. Alright, let's see, for those of you that are in separation, your divine masculine's energy. The moon, they're hiding emotions right now, okay? They need to utilize their intuition and tap into their soul. This is them having to allow the ego to die. Death to the ego. Death to the ego. Death to the ego. Those of you in contact, they are, your divine masculine is searching for guidance, whether that be from you or from others right now, okay? Those of you that are in union, the hermit, they're doing a lot of soul searching, life reviewing right now, based off of, again, like I said, they're doing that, not so much of a comparison of anything of the past. This is more so a comparison of what they have experienced with you in the past and currently, okay? Very strongly. Those of you who are in separation, your divine masculine is dealing with house circumstances, some bad health, whether it be mental, emotional, or physical. It's definitely your divine masculine, okay? Dealing with the home foundation. Either we're gonna break that down, but I feel like being kicked out, maybe homeless, maybe having eviction notices coming in very soon. Those of you in contact with your divine counterpart, community, main female, coffin, Those of you in contact with your divine counterpart, they're dealing with the karmic, community resources. This may be divine karmic, the karmic dealing with third-party situations, other people involved, okay? In the coffin, this is certainly an ending. So you may be in contact right now with your divine counterpart because they are in separation from the karmic or going through separation from the karmic. Those of you in union with your divine masculine, there's a message about their job and unexpected money coming in. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Look at those blessings. Asheo. Asheo. I love it. I love it. You have to love it. Like, goddamn, why wouldn't you? That's just beautiful. Like, who doesn't love money? New money. Easy money. Okay? Hard work for money. It don't matter. We just love it. Okay? And that's because everybody is going through a phase of the light. Everybody has to go through this. Grand rising, grand rising. So, I love that light. Blessings. Come on now. Solitude. Through solitude. We already said manifest up here. Magical mindset in order to manifest. We have light. The light is where you go to, right? What you receive when you go within. When you tap out to tune in to your inner being, your higher consciousness, your higher self, your highness. You receive a download, and these downloads is your connection to your godlike self and God, the creator, the universe, the heavens, your ancestors, your loved ones, your angels, whatever you believe in, your orishas, okay? Your blessings will rain upon you only after you do what? The solitude is very necessary. You have to sit with yourself. The only way this divine masculine and divine feminine is over here doing good is because this divine masculine had to figure out how to take the lead. After divine feminine, went through what they went through. It's kind of like save me. This divine masculine over here in this union decided to save their divine feminine. Instead of running, they ran into the fire. They seen divine feminine on fire and they put that blaze out. This one over here, that's in separation still, but in contact. This one is realizing their own fires that's set, and they're trying to save themselves. This one over here is like they just entered into the karmic phase. All right, real shit. That's real shit. Let's get some tarot. Tarot. Hey, divine masculine, divine feminine. This has been one hell of a fucking journey. And again, there's different phases for those of you that's just entering it. Oh my goodness. Ugh. The illusions that we create ourselves. So what is the message for those that are in separation? Those that just entered their karmic phase. It's a heavy burden. You don't say with the 10 of Wands. You don't fucking say. Okay, yeah, because of all your lies with the 7 of Swords. Okay? And you're having to learn how to ground yourself. Having to ground and center yourself. Be the boss that you project yourself to be. It's like you can't just speak about it now. You got to be about it now. Alright? You're either going to fold, you're going to hold or fold. Unfortunately. For those of you in communication with your divine masculine, and that's for those that's not talking to your divine masculine, you just, blocked them or they blocked you and y'all just exited the union, but they having to fucking go through it, okay? These that are in separation from you but in contact, they're learning that this karmic is for everybody. Okay? Community dick, community pussy. It's coming to an end with the coffin. They are going through a lot of restless nights, anxiety, anxiousness, okay? Yeah, 5 of Staffs are going through arguments, disagreements, challenges, and competition. When it comes to the divine feminine, They feel like they're too toxic and you're going to block them out. They feel like you're going to be on a defense towards them. And I mean, as you should, because of all of this that's going on with them. Third party circumstance. I'm not saying that you should block them out, but I'm just saying I'm not about to be in real connection with you when you still got so much going on. You gotta, whoa Nelly, pull it together. Pull it together. Identify where you need to do the work. For those in union over here, okay. We have the star card, healing. Okay, being patient with each other, and the chariot moving forward. I love that energy. I love it. I love the union over here. Wow, the lovers kind of situation. There's still some mental conflict that's going on. I mean, and again, it's about the union, the relationship. This is the soul tie. The Hermit card indicates that there is deep soul searching and life reviewing and analyzing right now. Either on your behalf, divine feminine, or your divine masculines. Could be in the union. But it's been revealed here, okay? Positive energy only. This is a transition. You have to ground yourself for the change, because where one of you were left out in the cold, one of you experienced a loss, the other came through. Look, the Emperor. The other came through and saved. So I feel like the divine masculine, this was where the divine masculine came through and did what was necessary, what they were supposed to do from jump. Yeah, and now it's a celebration. Now it's a fucking celebration. Now we're enjoying life. Now we're kicking back and everything is going to start flowing once you allow the flow. A lot of people struggle because they don't allow the flow. I'm not going to do love and romance cards, but I will pull out these love cards. I think they resonate very well over love circumstances, especially twin flame. So I'm going to have to title this twin flame, because no matter what, twin flame is just always constantly just, whew. Lila, Opal, Archangel Raphael. Lila says, spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. Well, Opal, your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and the angels. With Archangel Raphael, I am helping you heal physical challenges in yourself and others. You are a healer like me. I love that. Alright. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Yes. You know what's one of the most famous karmic relationships right now? And I just been watching it and they're like, oh, it's so cute. It's just pathetic. Blueface and Christian Rock. Krishan Rock. That's her name. Krishan Rock. It's so toxic. She got his name tatted on the side of her face. She got his face on her neck. She got right above her panty line his name, talking about his pussy and his fucking face on a fake tooth that she got. Oh my god. It's so toxic. It's so toxic. And they treat each other like property. And that's a very perfect example of a karmic situation. It's so toxic. A lot of karmic situations where there's a lot of men that's killing their baby mothers or wives right now. Or ex-girlfriends. Or current girlfriends. We have time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. So it could be divine masculine need to relax, stop trying to rush things and have to go with the flow the same way divine feminine had to go with the flow of things. We weren't able to pass time on any of the wounds that we had to recognize, sit in, and heal. Freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. Yep. Healing. Imagine yourself and your loved ones surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. And that's such a beautiful thing to be able to do. Unique. Unique. Leasia. I can't stand this stinking ass cat. He always stealing my stuff. I'm really about to get rid of my cat because all he does is steal my fucking stuff and just hump on it. I don't care how horny you are. You about to just go and be for the streets. That's what you about to do. Okay? I'm really about to let him out into the streets, into the world. Like, people don't even get that shit. I really am. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. I'm going to read that again. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, when we resist change, when we resist change. And that change could be having to have more dignity, having to have more integrity, having to have more motherfucking self-respect, having to have more self-restraint. Oh my gosh. Becoming more self-aware of where you need to make the necessary changes in your life, accepting it, and not just accepting it, but taking the initiative to do so. So when we resist the natural flow of life, it's because we resist change and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. Oh my goodness. Y'all. Again, you will not know the twin flame journey if you are not fully aware of yourself and in tune with your inner being, your higher consciousness. Be able to identify. People think that they may be in a divine feminine because they have a lot of money, you know. But there's a lot of people that's out here scamming right now. One thing I don't do is I'm not scamming nobody for any money when it comes to my services, my business, because I am a firm believer of karma. What goes around comes around, and that's twice as much. Okay? And I'm just not willing to pay that toll. Give a fuck what nobody say. I ain't willing to pay that toll, because that shit may come back. These practitioners out here doing all this false love spells, out here doing these suicide fucking missions, trying to hex other people and not realizing who clearly they are because they're not doing the work. They're just taking the money and going for that shit. Okay? So pay attention. Abundance comes in so many different forms, and when it comes in the form of finances, make sure you do things from a sense of integrity, right? A sense of balance. From your heart. Be pure about it. You have to. So, I pulled out all the cards I wanted to pull out for this read. I'm going to end this live. I pretty much need to go back and rename this shit Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. Good Lord. And jump into some Zodiac signs. Alright? As always, stay on two as you stand on two. Bless up and know that I love you. Peace. Oh wait, I gotta go back. There was some messages I wanted to read. Focus on healing self. Asheo. Wealthy risers. So this dude decided he'd come back to the house last night and says he'll be here from now on each night with the children. I still left last night and stayed at my spouse's house. Sick of dude's shit. Wow, look at that. There's that Divine Masculine about the home shit. It's okay, because when you actually leave, yeah, Oshun definitely had a temper. Grand Rising, Melly Mel, I'm sorry. Hey, May May, if I missed you. Des, Hazel, Lori, Lynn, Janetta, I will be doing About 10 o'clock, I will be going live specifically to do a couple of free reads and some donated reads, okay? So as always, y'all, I love y'all. Stay on tube as you stand on tube. Bless up. Peace.